Hello students, today we are going to discuss the electric power generation by using thermal power plant. In that we are going to discuss the coal-based thermal power plant. In coal-based thermal power plant, what you are going to do, we will convert the heat in energy of the coal into electrical energy. Exactly what happened in the thermal power plant. So basically we will burn the coal to increase the temperature of the water and convert that water into steam. That steam is used for rotating the blades of the turbine. The turbine is coupled to the alternator and that will convert the mechanical energy of rotation into electrical energy. The coal-based thermal power plant arrangement can be divided into certain stages. For the sake of simplicity, first one is the coal and ash handling arrangement. Second one is steam generating plant. Third one is the steam turbine. Fourth one is the alternator. Fifth one is the feed water system. And sixth one is the cooling arrangement. Now, this is the layout of the thermal power plant. So basically, what happened in the coal arrangement, coal and ash arrangement. So we are going to transport the coal from coal mines to the thermal power plant where you are going to store certain amount of coal. Nearly we are going to store 15 days or 1 month stock over there. Then this coal cannot be directly burned into the boiler as the size of the coal is large. So if you are going to burn that coal directly, that does not result in the proper combustion of the coal. So what you are going to do, we are going to just grind the coal in the coal handling plant. That process is called as pulverization, in which the coal is converted into the fine powder so that it will result into effective burning of the coal. Then by using the conveyor belts, we are going to transport that coal from coal handling plant to the boiler section. In the boiler, we are going to burn that coal. Okay, so for that purpose, combustion purpose, we require the air. So this forced draft fan will force the air into the boiler. So the proper combustion will take place in the boiler. Now inside the boiler we have a water arrangement, water pipes also. There are two types of boiler, fire tube boiler and water tube boiler that we are going to discuss in the next lecture in detail. So what happened when the coal will burn at that time, it will produces the heat and that heat causes the increase heat will result into the increasing the temperature of the water which is flowing through the boiler tubes. Now this water is converted into steam, so the temperature of the water is nearly 300 to 350 degrees centigrade over here, and after combustion of the coal it will result into certain few gases, it will emit certain few gases as well as it will produce the ash. So this ash is collected from the bottom of the boiler and just forced towards the ash handling plant, and then it is going to be stored at certain location. This ash is used for n number of purposes. Then these few gases which are hot, their temperature is in the range of hundreds of degrees centigrade. Okay, if you are going to directly release these few gases into the atmosphere, that may result into the certain problems. So what you are going to do to increase the thermal efficiency of the boiler or overall plant system, we are going to use the heat energy of these few gases in the superheater, economizer and air preheater. Okay, so these are the auxiliary equipments which are used to increase the thermal efficiency of the overall plant. Now when these few gases are passing through this superheater, what they will do, they will increase the temperature of the steam up to 500 to 550 degree centigrade. Then after that they will pass through the economizer. In the economizer, whatever the feed water which you are going to collect from river or lake, that is given to the boiler. Now the temperature of this water over here, inlet is 30 to 35 degrees centigrade, and at the outlet we are going to increase the temperature with the few gases to 40 to 45 degrees centigrade. Okay, so that the overall thermal efficiency will increases and the coal required for converting the water into steam is decreases. Then you are going to pass these gases through the air preheater. What exactly happened in the air preheater? There is a forced draft fan which will collect the atmospheric air and just forces that air into the boiler. My atmospheric air may consist of moisture. If I will directly put that air into the boiler, the proper combustion of the coal does not take place and the thermal efficiency will decreases. So to avoid that, I am going to use the air preheater. The heat of the few gases is used to increase the temperature of the air and remove the moisture, and after that these few gases are just released into the atmosphere through chimney. The height of the chimney is nearly 60 to 70 meters or more depending on the size of the plant. Now, when the steam is generated, here the temperature of the steam is nearly 500 to 500 degrees centigrade. That steam is forced on the blades of the turbine. So for that purpose we are going to use valve. The valve will control the amount of the steam which is going to be imparted on the turbine. So now when the steam makes an impact with the turbine will rotate. As the turbine will rotate, we have connected the turbine shaft to the alternator. Now, as the turbine rotates, the alternator also rotates. What is the function of alternator? The alternator will convert the mechanical energy into electrical energy. So here we are going to use exciter also. The exciter will supply a will give a DC supply to the alternator. Now, as per Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, whenever the magnetic line of forces are cut by the conductor, EMF is induced in the conductor and electricity is generated. This electricity is nearly in the range of 11 kV. So I need to step up. So for that purpose, I am going to use a step up transformer over here. The transformer will increase that voltage level from 11 kV to 132 kV or 220 kV depending. Then there is an isolator, circuit breakers, and then finally it is connected to the bus bar. Now, what happened with the exhaust steam? After completion of the work, the steam is going to be exhaust from the turbine. This steam is condensed, okay, in the condenser or in the cooling tower. Okay, so after condensing or cooling tower, the steam is again given to the feed water system. And to make up the water, we are going to collect certain water from the river or lake. And here is a water treatment chamber. As if you are going to directly take the water may consist of certain minerals or certain salts. So that may causes the scaling or rusting. So we need to treat the water. So there for that purpose there is a water treatment plant. Then this is the feed water pump, and this is the then this water is given to the economizer. So this is the basic working of your thermal power plant. In detail we are going to discuss the functioning of each and every plant over here. So in the coal based thermal power plant, we are going to use a coal, and the coal required for the coal based thermal power plant is in tons of coals per day. This is the steam generating plant. Overview of the steam generating plant. The steam generating plant consists of a boiler. There are two types of boiler: water tube boiler and fire tube boiler. That will cover in that we are going to cover in the next lecture. For the production of steam and other auxiliary equipments for utilization of the few gases. These auxiliary equipments are your superheater, economizer, and air preheaters. What is the function of boiler? The boiler will convert the combustion of coal in the boiler is utilized to convert water into steam at high temperature and pressure. Then a steam turbine. This turbine which will rotate by means of your steam. Then alternator. So alternator will convert electrical energy into mechanical energy into electrical energy. Then this is the feed water system. This is the cooling arrangement. We are going to use the cooling tower also in the cooling arrangement if the water is not sufficient for the working of your power plant. So this is the basic working of your thermal power plant.